Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight up. Look. Remember all the nights you used to fall. Wondering why you don't fall. On the late nights I call you. Wondering why I call you. It's deja vu. As I've been used to. I swear it's like deja vu. Cause we've been here, we done this, who run this. I know you've been working way too hard and get to play. Fell off in the seats, it felt like we ain't skip a day. Whoa, it's been 3 years, I can't believe that's crazy. Where does the time go? You just had a new man, and y'all just separated. You back on the scene, and you already faded. No shame in escaping. I'm trying to recycle the time you've been wasting. You drinking that show, that's your favorite. How? No, but for real, how your sister? Hit her, tell her I miss her. Oh, she and Mrs. Y'all both dating NBA players and figures. Figures like y'all need niggas with figures. That's figures on figures. Oh, how they bigger and bigger and bigger. Juniors to seniors, we upgraded. Comfy, fuck waiting. First class like 8 a.m. on that early flight. We'll do, girl. The best sex is still you. Best sex is still you. Remember all the nights you used to fall. Wondering why you don't fall. Late nights I call you. Wondering why I call you. It's deja vu. As I've been used to. I swear it's like deja vu. We've been here, we've done this, who run this? I've been fucking around with you, playing with your emotions like I'm Chris Tucked on Friday. My way with you, cause I stuck around for you. Last wasn't doing shit but running around the D, rapping nothing but the motherfucking swisher sweets. Tonight you go learn it's your turn. Shit you put me through. I'ma come through with that action. Then leave you on that magic. Does it ever cross your mind? Told me that you love me. Then turn around and told you we was just fucking. Does it ever cross your mind? You said, girl, I need you. Now you got amnesia. Remember all the nights you used to fall. Yeah, wondering why you don't fall. Late nights I call you. Wondering why I call you. And it says I'm full. Cause I've been used to. I swear it's not deja vu. Cause we've been here, we've done this, who run this?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. You already know what's going on. It's Tipsy Rogers, executive producer of the Real Hot Boys of Houston, and tonight I'll be your host and moderator for another installment of Real Hot Boys. This is the Real Hot Boys recap show on Real Hot Nights. As you know, Real Hot Nights is a virtual reality talk show covering everything related to Black LGBT entertainment and the YouTube reality industry that continues to grow daily, from hot topics to behind the scenes tea. Don't sleep on us, because tonight we're going to break the fourth wall and really get to know some of your favorite real hot reality staples. Tonight we're going to be recapping episode 3 and episode 4 of the Real Hot Boys season 1, entitled "Let's Talk About It" and "Minesweeper." So tonight, uh, we have guests. Hey, yo, we have guests here tonight from all across the world. Yes, sir. Sherrod is going to be here. As y'all know, he's deployed. He's in another country right now, so he's on a different time schedule. So as soon as he clicks in, we're going to go ahead and bring him on to answer some of y'all's questions. But first, I'm going to go ahead and bring on one of our favorites, a staple here at Real High Reality. Um, y'all's favorite confessional gangster, um, the nucleus of the group, as we call him. I'm gonna go ahead and bring on Ashton.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey, Ashton,
Hey,
what you
I got
doing,
y'all trade.
man?
I am drinking, having a little bit of wine. I'm excited about tonight's episode though.
I am too. Just looking back at it, uh, what are some highlights that stood out to you the most? Like, what are some things that you're excited to talk about?
On episode 3 and 4.
Yeah, episode 3 and 4.
Um, I think that people didn't really get to see that we actually had a good time at Taco Tuesday. I'm not excited to talk about my friends talking shit about me. Hi Scotty. Uh, and what else happened? Episode 4. I forgot what happened on episode 4.
Well, episode 3 started off with August and Braylon inviting Sherrod and DeAndre over to talk about who knows what.
Right,
it was
right.
supposed to be it was supposed to be them basically just getting together and getting to know each other a little bit better. Especially
Hmm.
because August and Braylon were newer to the group, and it was the first time that Dre and Sherrod ever really spent time outside of the group together.
Right.
So I felt that that was going to be a an interesting dynamic. And plus, one of the catalysts of the conversations that night was you going missing. So yeah, do you think that justified everything
I
that followed?
I think that when I went missing, that's what made me actually say like, without me, these bitches would fall apart. Like because when I went missing, like for like less than 12 hours, like they act like chickens with their heads cut off. Like it was ridiculous. But at the end of the day, I do respect their feelings and what they felt. But like I said before, if we weren't filming this show, they wouldn't have been even calling me like that. Like I don't talk to none of these bitches every day that's on this show. Um, Besides Limits and Jordan. I may talk to them every other day. Like some of these bitches are bi-weekly friends. Some of them are like monthly friends, and so I may speak to them monthly. They're not all, just my daily friends. So if I cut my phone off, and that's exactly what I did, um, I cut my phone off just because we were filming a show. I think that's what hyped it up and made it into something. But like I said, that's my phone, and I pay my bill on my phone for me to do what the fuck I want to, and that's just that.
Looking back at the conversation that they were having,
Hmm.
um, what surprised you the most, or were you surprised? Do you think any of it was justified or even true?
I I think that they were in their feelings. Hey, German. I think they were in their feelings about me going missing, and they were willing to just throw me under the bus. And I like have to remind bitches all the time, like I am the bus. You can't throw me under the bus. So as far as how I felt about the situation, I felt like it was low down and dirty, um, and very
Well,
bottom of the barrel like.
We were supposed to have August and Braylon on the show tonight. Unfortunately, they're dealing with a very close death.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we have to give them time to grieve, and
Absolutely.
tonight we're sending our love to them. Yeah, y'all are in our prayers. So yeah, unfortunately they won't be here
Absolutely.
tonight, but we do have someone else here.
What do we
Um,
have?
one of you, he's one of your oldest friends in the group.
My favorite.
Um, and okay, your favorites. So Dre, he
Don't get
doesn't have a
messy,
lot of
girl.
time. He doesn't have a lot of time, but he said he'll stop by tonight and give his input. Of course, he played a major role in a lot of the things that happened this season. So,
Mm-hmm.
especially dealing with you and friendship. So, let's go ahead and bring
Absolutely.
him on. Dre, are you ready? He's not ready.
He's not ready. It's
So yeah,
okay.
we'll let him set up. But yeah, so concerning Dre, you said you don't. He's not one of the people that you talk to all the time or
No,
every day.
no,
Why is
I
that?
don't. Because he's not a high maintenance friend. I feel like. And I feel like Dre appreciates his personal space. I may talk to Dre twice a week. If I'm being honest, we probably talk twice a week. As far as on the phone, probably once every 2 weeks. But as far
And
as like texting conversation, we definitely talk probably like 2 or 3 times a week.
okay. And
Hmm.
is that like, did that change at any point? Because I feel like when I came around,
I'm talking
y'all
about
were
now.
very okay. Yeah, now.
Hmm.
And does that have anything to do with what happened on the show?
No, because I feel like the show actually made our friendship stronger. Or I would like to say our brotherhood stronger. Um, and I don't feel like it's anything that can get between me and Dre. Like,
That's good. Well, I'm not sure what Dre has going on, so I'll give him time to set up, and we can move on.
not
Let's see,
boring. John Doe must be Ken.
who is Ken?
You're right. Who is that?
Oh, no shade. I didn't know what you was talking about. No shade. That is so mean. Okay, anywho. Um, but yeah, so let's see. Dre,
The
are you ready
pollen
here?
has really messed with my
Okay, we're gonna go
eyes.
ahead and add him to the stream. Hey,
Hey,
bitch.
hey, we gonna get it. What? Wet?
I was muted. My bad.
Dripping.
What's up?
What's going on, Pink Hat?
Nah, shit.
Yeah, we can't hear you, so you're gonna have to leave and come back.
You still can't hear me?
Can't hear you, babe. So yeah, we'll let Dre get it together. I have some hot topics that I want to talk about tonight.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one that I want to talk about
Hmm.
is Donnie McClurkin.
Okay.
Okay. So when you think of Donnie McClurkin, what's the first thing that pops in your head? There's nothing about some movie.
Okay, well,
I'm I'm gonna go ahead and just say gospel music.
Okay.
Um, but I really want to say prayer cloth. But I love
You
Donnie
wanted to say
McClurkin.
what?
Prayer cloth.
can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you. What's the first thing that pop in your head when you think of Donnie McClurkin, Drake?
Yeah.
You said gay.
And we get up. Did you just say that?
Did you say gay?
That man is gay.
I said prayer
Well,
cloth.
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Donnie
Well, I know.
McClurkin recently put out an open letter, I guess,
Hmm.
basically saying that he's been battling with his sexuality for a very long time, since the age of 8. It's something that he thought that he would be able to change through prayer, through religion, through Christ. And
Mhm.
I guess the open letter was basically him saying that it's not possible to change, I'm guessing,
So he's not gonna.
your sexuality. And I guess that's his way of coming to terms with his own. What y'all think about that?
Wait. So
Um, what'd you say?
he put out this letter recently.
Right.
Um, like I said, I didn't even know he put out that letter when I said gay. To be honest, um, but I always thought that he was a little soft, and I don't know. This just kind of confirms everything I was thinking to begin with, and I feel like basically what he's saying is, yeah, I'm gay and I can't change it, but I'm not gonna act on it. So with that being said, I'm gonna be lonely forever because I'm not about to sit up here and fake with a woman.
Right. I think one thing that the church really does is condemns gays, and I think that's one thing I think that stops gays from wanting to say they're gay when they initially know it is, going to hell. I think that's the first thing people think of is you're gonna go to hell, which brings me back to last week with Little Nas and his video. Like, you're told you're gonna go to hell. You're told, you're this awful person, and God doesn't love you, and all these awful things just because of who you choose to love. But I feel like God represents love. I feel like Jesus represents love. So that's just that. But as far as Donnie McClurkin, when you said like name something that reminds me of him, I said a prayer clause because I feel like he's very delicate, and he's very high strong, and he's hi El Teddy, and he's very feminine. Can I think I
Well,
can
yeah,
say
you
that
can say that.
he has a feminine way about himself. But the thing about it in the church, and especially in the black church, there's a gay person 95% of the time that's directing the goddamn choir, like tapping the tambourine, so like we can't really say, or feel a way about somebody being gay and being in the gospel and Christian community. I think that's real whack. But as far as him coming out, I feel like that's an amazing thing. Um, and I wish him luck on his journey. With God on your side, like anything is possible. So, yeah.
Well, the second part to that was that I think he basically was saying that he really believes that homosexuality is a sin.
Hmm.
And I think that even though he's coming to terms with his own sexuality, he's still battling that, because at the end of the day, um, he feels like he's going to probably be lonely for the rest of his life.
Well, him as a Bible thumper, he should know that no sin is greater than the other. And you can eat shrimp, and they say that that's a sin. Like, you have to, you have. I don't want to say live by your own rules, but you kind of have to interpret what you're going to live by and what you're not. Some shit is just out of control. Like, the King James version should be left in the past, and you should be living in the future Bible, the Bible that's like the present right now. Like, stop living by old values or live by your own values. Like, that's the time that we're in. We're in 2021.
What's some advice that you would give Donnie, being a black man that is coming into his own sexuality at the age that he is? And let's just say the community is welcoming him with open arms.
Baby, he could give me
What
some
is some
advice.
advice that you would give Donnie?
Donnie is not new. Donnie is not new to the game, baby. He's new to telling y'all that he is
Period.
gay. Like he been doing it, so he can give me some tips and some pointers.
Do you think that Donnie could find love on dating
We can
apps?
hear you. Uh, hell no.
Why not?
What daddy app is he gonna find love on?
Uh,
The
Jack.
Dubai Day girl, bye. You're trying it. You're trying it. You're trying it.
I mean, so you never met anyone on Jack?
I have. But for Donnie Clerkin to be a gospel singer, and to be on Jack,
I'm gonna think I'm being catfish.
Mm.
not only that, he's a man of a certain age. And they need to have their own app. You know, like men of a particular age. They need to have their own app. And
Oh,
you know, I understand they do like young guys,
remember
but
that?
to be honest, when we talk about black men that are gay in Hollywood, most of them marry a white man anyway. So
That's
maybe
very.
maybe he could use Grinder.
Grinder. Okay. All of these are, I think that is great advice. And I feel like that conversation kind of leads us back into the episode. Um, Dre, we see you in episode 3. Um, you're invited over to meet August and Braylon. Was this your first time meeting them?
Wait, do we have? Are people watching this? Because somebody just texted me and said that the link is not working.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I don't know what
Yeah,
they.
I'm watching it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait, it look like that though,
I'm on my iPad.
but you can't see us.
Oh, you're right. Oh wait, let me push play. I turned off play.
You
I just
can't
have the
see
comments.
you.
Oh no, I'm on here. We're here.
Okay, checking
Yeah,
because
we're here.
it said the link wasn't
Oh,
working.
Okay, way to interrupt.
Oh,
sorry.
oh,
Was this your first time meeting August and Braylon?
it was not my first time meeting August, but it was my first time meeting Braylon.
And what was your impression of them?
Well, I thought I I don't know why we was coming here. I thought we was coming to be introduced to August as acting coach and like shit. I don't know if we was getting some lessons ourselves. I don't know what was going on to be honest, but my first impression of Braylon, y'all didn't even see that whole conversation. You know, y'all only saw a segment of that, but we was probably there for a good 2.5 hours drinking and talking. Um, but my of Braylon was that he was just like a very genuine and concerned person.
Mm. Did you feel the same way about Braylon when you met him, Ashley?
No, I did not. I gotta be honest. Like I did not. I had like for me, it was like I was hearing in the background different things about him. I met him actually the night that Ken and August filmed the scene with him. I was actually there. I just didn't stay long enough to film. But I thought he was the acting coach. So the next time I saw him, for him to be at a Taco Tuesday, it was kind of like, bitch, who are you, girl? like I thought you were just the acting coach, and now you at the Taco Tuesday. You done made your way around. Like I didn't even know you had met Sherrod yet. So it was a little bit weird.
Oh, so that wasn't his first time meeting Sherrod?
That was his first time meeting Sherrod when they sat down.
Okay.
Oh
My
well, I don't know. You ask Sherrod that when he gets on.
Hmm.
That was their first time meeting. But I wish that Braylon would have been introduced to us differently. I wish he would have been introduced to us as this is Braylon, my friend, and I want to try to kick it with him too and get to know him too, instead of this is Braylon, my acting coach. Because when he started coming around more, it was like a what's really going on here. It wasn't nothing like towards Braylon. It was just kind of like why he always around now, like why he always with us is he a part of this cast now? Then production is backdoor saying no, he's not a part of the cast. But why does he know all of the information about what we're doing, what we've been doing? Like he literally stuff that half of us didn't even know. So I just think that was confusion in everybody's mind, to be honest.
So were you actually confused or did you play along with it?
No, like that's not when I met Braylon that first time, that was the first time I met Braylon. That was the first time I heard of Braylon, seen Braylon, anything. It wasn't until after that when Braylon was around much more and everyone saying he's been talking production, production saying he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be that. And not just you, there was more people on production at the time. But
Right.
it was just all confusing because we was all trying to figure out what was Braylon's role. Braylon was introduced to us as August's acting coach. We didn't know it was gonna go as far as I want to get to know you guys. I want to be a part of y'all friend group and this and that. And it's, maybe I can a mediator. I see a lot of y'all like brothers, and I just wish I would have been introduced to Braylon in that sense instead of this is just my coach because it was really more than that. He was your friend. That wasn't just your coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And were you open to making
Definitely.
new
Like
friends?
Braylon cool as fuck. Braylon texts me to this day asking me shit all the time. Like I'll text him like I sent him love, when his friend just recently passed away. Like I love Braylon. Braylon dope as fuck, but like it's nothing shady. I just feel like
Yeah,
we should have
it's
been
just the way he came on. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
as Braylon the person, not Braylon the ex coach.
And
So
it seemed a little cliquish and a little like this is my group, like you can't come in, but that really wasn't it. Like I said, I was introduced to him as August acting coach, and the next time I saw him, he was at Taco Tuesday. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, like we're bringing him around. Then, to find out he was the catalyst of the conversation to start it off, it kind of ticked me off. And then to hear, people staying in the background, he's trying to take your spot and he's trying to push you out the group and he's trying to bring other people on the show. Like that shit really had like built up on me. And so like in my green screens, like I think I let Braylon have it. But I've definitely apologized to him several times. And like I said, we talk. Me and Braylon talk maybe once or twice a week as well, for sure.
do do y'all feel like Braylon would have fit in a lot more had he come in at a different time?
Hmm. Hmm. I possibly could have had help solving some of these issues, but to be honest, like Braylon, honestly, like I don't think nobody in this group would have been like, let's invite him around this group of people. If I'm being honest, like everybody in this group is just like aggressive, and he's like, not to say that I'm passive aggressive, because I am sometimes, but like I can get aggressive, and I think everybody in this group can get aggressive. So, and I don't see that. I don't see that in Braylon.
Okay. So let's get into the episode again. Uh Dre, what was your mindset walking into that scene? You didn't know did you know who you were gonna be filming with? Did you know Sherrod was gonna be there? And why is it that y'all been a part of this group for so long and you and Sherrod have never hung out individually?
Um, I did know Sarai was gonna be there. I think we text earlier because we were talking. We had Ashton disappeared, so we had that phone conversation. So, yeah, we had. I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to meet up with Argus later. He was like, oh yeah, I'll be there too. Um, so I knew Sarai was gonna be there. I think we pulled up at the exact same time and ended up walking in together. Um, to be honest, I don't know. Like Sarai cool as fuck. Like we cool. It's no. beef. There's nothing. I don't know. I just feel like you kind of gotta break boundaries, like with people, in order or like connect on things for you, in order for y'all to hang out one on one. And I don't think that me and Sherrod necessarily had broken that boundary yet. Um, I'm shit. I've known Ashley for a long ass time, and there's certain boundaries that me and him have not broken just because of the type of person I am. I feel like I'm very like kind of closed off and a little bit to
Mm-hmm.
myself. It's like if you got an issue, I'll sit there and talk to you. I'll help you with any issue any day. I don't care. But when it comes to me, I just kind of deal with shit on my own. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So like I don't know if I don't. I just feel like we never broken that boundaries, or I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it.
Well, Sherrod is going to be joining us soon. He's having some technical difficulties right now
Mm.
with his lighting and audio, but like I said, he's going to be joining us live from another country. So his
Right.
time is off a little bit right now. Right now, it's probably like 5 o'clock in the morning where he is. So it may be late nights for us, but it's early
Early
mornings
morning
for
for him.
Sherrod. And hopefully he
Yeah.
gets it together and he's able to join us tonight. Um, so let's talk about your headspace. Uh, Dre, why did you, even though they were baiting you with certain questions and um, even though y'all were drinking, what excuse do you give for how you acted that night?
I'm not gonna make no excuses. I don't give any excuses. I can sit here and blame it on the alcohol. I can sit here and blame it on a lot of shit, but I'm not gonna say that I did what I did and I was wrong as fuck for that. Um, you in the moment, like, yeah, like I'm in Paris, so I'm not really thinking fully through. Because at the end of the day, if you know me, you know I'm around for my friends. I'm 10 toes down from behind them hoes, regardless. Somebody step to them, bitch, you step into me too. I don't give a fuck. But um, shit, I don't know what it was. It was just in that moment. Also, I feel like Ashton disappearing that day, and I feel like the reason I like Ashton said we don't talk every day. So for Ashton to disappear, like what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like the bitch, I can call the bitch tomorrow or the next day or something. You know what I'm saying? So on a regular basis, I probably would have not cared. But when everybody's calling your phone saying, "Oh, Ashton blocked all us and this and that and the next," and then the person that he got into it with that he needed space from is also on your line saying like you know people, so like it just felt like some shit was up. And when I came to terms or thought that I was blocked too, I was like, oh no, bitch, you're not gonna put all these other hoes. So I feel like that's really where I was coming from. And then like on top of that, he was linking with somebody who I could not fuck with at the time and never will fuck with. But what I'm saying is like it was just like I don't know. It wasn't like, oh, I'm drunk in this moment. I do feel like I was feeling some type of way due to the fact, like, linking up with Ken and this and that and the next, and then him. I felt like I was black as well, especially when I called Archie. And Archie was like, "Oh, well, I'm talking to him. I'm texting him right now. He in the other room." In that case, I just really felt like, okay, I'm being lied to at this point, and yeah. So in that moment, I feel like I started drinking, and the word friendship just kind of out the door.
Look, I can understand that, and I can definitely understand that. That's why, like to this day, like I'm not upset, like I'm not mad, like, and that's the reason we got past it because I can understand how he got there. Like me and Dre have never had an issue, and you know, I feel like we got past it. We got past it.
Like the same time it put me in your shoes, like looking back on it now, it put me into your all these bitches calling me like, "Oh, you talked to Ashton? Did Ashton block you too? You blocked on Instagram?" This and I'm just sitting there like, at first I had just woke up too, so it was like early in the morning I think, and I was just shocked, And then your other friend was texting me saying, "I love you," this and that, and the next. I'm like, why are you saying this shit? Then next thing you know, you disappeared. It was just a lot of shit going on, and of course all of that is not captured on the show. They only get like
Right, a
pieces,
little bit of it.
but like
Yeah,
it was a lot
it's
of
a
shit.
build up. Yeah, I thought it was the build up for sure, along with the liquor.
Got past it.
We got past it. Amen. Hallelujah. What's next,
All
Tipsy
right.
Rogers?
We know.
All right. So y'all kind of spilled a lot of tea um on episode 3. Um I guess we can call them allegations unless they've been proven to be fact. So,
If you don't have proof of it or a video of it, it's definitely what an allegation.
right.
Period.
But we have the person here that quote unquote
But we not
spread
gonna.
the rumors. And we have the
Great.
person that the rumors were quote unquote spread about. So this is our chance to clear it up. Ashton, is there
Yes.
anything we can go down the list? But is there
Not the list. Bitch, I'm sick of you. Wait a
well,
minute.
we can go down the list of allegations that were made on episode 3,
You can do
and
whatever you need to do.
this is
Let's
your
do
chance to
it.
confirm or deny.
Mhm.
Is it more than 3 allegations?
What'd you say?
Is it more than 3 allegations?
The first one would be that you met everyone on Jack.
Well, that's a
That's
lie.
that's a lie.
Okay. The second one would be that you catfished Sherrod.
Look at me.
Well,
That's a
I
lie.
don't know. I wish Sherrod was here to give his definition of catfishing, but
Get him on the
I wasn't
line.
privy to what was it?
I was gonna say like I feel like that's a lie as well because like if we're saying catfish, that means you're using other people's pictures and you're not yourself. And I don't think that's what they said.
So, Dre, what do you think Sherrod meant by catfishing, or how? Why do you think that got brought up?
I think it was another form of catfishing in the sense of like he sent me an old picture, but when he got in person, he did not look the same.
Is that true?
I can only speak about the present.
Uh,
Next topic.
Okay. And I guess the final and most shocking allegation that was made
what is this?
was that you slept with Jordan.
That is false.
Michael Jordan? Michael B. Jordan?
Hi, Sherrod. Get your ass
Sherrod, why
on,
aren't
bitch.
you
We got some shit
here?
to talk about,
He just woke up.
bitch.
I know he just woke up, but he was on and then he hopped off.
Oh
Well,
shit.
well, come smell this coffee, bitch. Come on.
Yeah, so Sherrod, if you don't want to be on camera, you can just turn off your cam and it'll basically show up the way I'm showing up right now. But I would love if you hopped on, my guy.
The pollen is really fucking up my eye. Look at my eye.
Man, my legs is sore.
I know.
Bitch, why we
But
do
I
it?
feel good. So me and Dre, we went biking today. 12 miles.
Aw.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good
We,
though. I
baby.
need to do that. I have a photo shoot coming up with Dre soon. And I gotta be right. I can't be catfishing the girls.
Yeah, out of line.
So
We're
you
gonna we're gonna need a little
denied all of the
Photoshop.
allegations.
Yes.
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 Okay. So
Shout
again I
out to
wish
though, because Kenneth is supportive as
He
hell.
is very supportive. Oh
I'm
my gosh, I
thank you
love
so
Kenneth.
much, Ken.
Love him to death.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
co- I'm I'm coming for them crab cakes, that fried chicken, and
okay.
that fried fish. Yes, for sure.
Okay, we have. It looks like Sherrod is here. We're gonna give him a chance to sit up, and we can continue recapping the
Yes.
show. But let's see.
1 second. I'm about to have to pop somebody.
Big, but still nothing.
You said what?
He said he got to pop somebody. It's probably lemons.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did he leave?
No, he just muted his mic because he said he had to talk to somebody. That's all.
Turn
Chat,
your
is this
camera around,
working?
Sherrod.
Unlock that phone.
Unlock that phone. You already know.
Unlock your phone. Let me unlock this phone then. There we go. Is it better? Yeah, that's better.
Sherrod.
Child, I just woke up. I
Sherrod.
had to brush my teeth and then I ran over here to my office.
Good
What's up? What's up,
morning.
y'all?
Welcome to
Good
Real Hot Nights.
morning.
It's your
Good
first time
morning.
on Real Hot Nights. What time is it over there?
Hi, Sherrod.
Real hot morning. It's hey, Ashton. It's 5:44.
Ooh,
5:44, baby, in the AM. Okay, so have you
On an
been
off
listening
day.
at least? You said
No, I
what?
just woke up. My alarm went off at 5:30.
I'm glad you woke up. You always come through for me, Sherrod.
Yes.
So, so talk to us. Tell us what you've been up to.
he coming for my gig.
Um, I've been chilling, um, working and chilling. It's miserable out here for real, for real. We
You
just
hate
had
it?
like a fuck yeah, we just had like a really big COVID outbreak. Um, so they had to fly people in over here to like test everybody. So like everybody this weekend we all getting tested to figure out like who's asymptomatic and who's not. They've been like because of the outbreak, we haven't been really been able to eat. I haven't been able to gym. Like I haven't been able to drink. We haven't been able to do anything. We like everybody just been close to their room. Like both of my soldiers are sick, so I had been in the office by myself. So I had to process like 148 awards by myself. Like the shit has been like crazy. Like we ready to come home. Everybody ready to come home. I'm over.
I'm
I'm
ready
over
for
this
you to
shit.
come home.
Over it. Over it.
I
I'm
already
over this
know.
shit.
I already know. I saw you posted that you're gonna
I
be
look a
home in like
mess.
what, 7 months?
4.
4?
Four.
Oh
Four.
my gosh.
Come on, how long now? Whoa,
Right.
4 months. 4 months. Okay. No, so I come back. When I come back, I gotta go back to El Paso again, and then once I leave there, then I'll be back at home. So I should be like free and able to like hang out and stuff for like right before Labor Day weekend. But for sure, I'll be back in August.
Bitch, that flew by.
They
It's
did.
Did
flying
And I
it?
was
by,
sitting
and
and
I'm
I was
so
sitting up there
happy.
bullhorn.
Did it? Because it feel like we've been here forever.
Aw.
No, I
So
mean it's not too bad,
You been getting real thick.
Okay.
baby. Ah,
so do y'all
ah,
have any
ah,
do y'all have any questions for
huh?
Sherrod? I know y'all don't get to see him or talk to him as much. When was
Baby,
the
Who
this
last
is
time that
y'all?
y'all
We text.
Okay,
y'all
I just
text?
talked to Sherrod
Yeah.
yesterday.
hmm.
We
But how does
shows.
it but has the relationship between everyone changed at all?
Out for me, I would say no. I think I talked to Dre as much as I talked to Dre when I was up in fucking Houston. We really talked like we didn't really always text each other, so it wasn't like it stopped. So every now and then, like I'll text Dre or we'll text in a group chat. Um, but me and Dre mostly talk when we were in person with each other. That's like when we had our bonding time. So
Hey,
it's not at normal that I don't talk to Dre like individually on a regular basis. Me and Ashton, well, Ashton had a friend, but me and Ashton talk every now and then.
Uh-uh.
Okay, girl. We're bi-weekly friends.
uh, oh, you got bi-weekly friends now?
said he got we
No, I'm talking about as we speak. We speak maybe like once every 2 weeks.
Uh,
Once
yeah,
or twice
yeah,
every two
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
like
Yeah. But
For
that's not irregular though. That's not irregular.
no, like because for me,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cool.
even with my bestest friends, I don't talk to y'all every day or every week. I'm gonna talk to you
Mm-mm. When
when
you
we
want
talk,
to.
and it's
I
Right.
feel like I talk to y'all motherfuckers all the damn time.
bitch.
But yeah, I'm
Oh
glad to
my
see your
iPad
face,
died.
Mhm.
Sherrod. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see
Is it
your face,
working?
Sherrod. I'm glad you're doing okay. So let's get into the episode. I know you haven't done as many interviews, public interviews, as all the other cast members at Hot Boys, but um, this is your chance to break the fourth wall and kind of really give some insight into how you were feeling now that the show is closed out, how you were feeling during that time, where your head was, and um, basically, like I said, break the fourth wall, spill a little tea that the viewers
Oh,
wouldn't know. Uh, we see you early on in the season. Uh, a lot of commenters, a lot of viewers are basically saying, "Is he gonna be on his a face on the cell phone the entire time?" Um, and that was because of what
quarantine. That COVID
you, of course.
bullshit.
And when you finally got out of quarantine and you were able to film with us, your first scene was with August. Uh, what was your first thought, or had you
Auntie.
met him before?
No, I kind of knew of August because of like Houston, how Houston is, or whatever. So I knew of August, but I ain't never just like hang out with August. Um, August is auntie. I call August Auntie August because she is an old ass lady. She act like an old ass lady, messy act like an old ass lady, and she just that's Auntie August. Okay. Um, my first impression of August was this bitch is dramatic, like dramatic as fuck. Like everything is like like that is just everything August. So when I first met her, I was like, oh, this is gonna be some messy ass shit. Um, but August is cool. You just gotta know August. Like you gotta know how to take August. August, you gotta take August in doses. Like you can't take them in all at one time because if you do, you gonna hate his ass. So August, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain August. He
So,
he different.
so when he invited you over to talk, what were you expecting?
Honestly, I don't know because that was gonna be my first time hanging out with him. Um, and then it was gonna be my first time hanging out with Drayton. So I really don't know what like I was really expecting because it was my first time hanging out with both of them like on an independent level without Ashton and Ken and Jordan and all the other girls. So I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting.
So you get
I knew we
there.
all was on the same page though because of Ashton. We were all like I wouldn't say pissed, but we all felt some type of way.
So you pull up, you see Dre, y'all walk in. Uh, we set up or whatever. I guess we're already set up. You sit down. We have hella liquor.
Hmm.
We all indulge.
And about
Why?
yeah.
And this is and y'all talked about a lot more that was cut out of the show, but when it comes to Ashton, before we get there, this is your first time meeting Braylon. What's your first impression of him?
Oh, Braylon, I was like, oh my gosh, Braylon is so cute. He was giving me very much, I guess like the girls say Disney Channel. Yeah, she was giving me very much Disney Channel.
Girl.
She's cool. I like Braylon. That was my first impression of Braylon. I'm like, oh my gosh, this little girl is so cute. So cute and
So
so
cute.
cool.
So y'all sit down and when y'all are talking and Ashton gets brought up, why is it
Mm-hmm.
that you feel like the conversation automatically goes left? You feel like you started it by spilling the tea about y'all meeting on Jack?
Oh, no. I don't think so because um, I think once everybody was already like feeling some type of way about, like I said, Ashton like disappearing. So prior to me and Dre had talked, and he was like, "Damn, where the fuck Ashton at?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He was like, "Have you talked to him?" I was like, "Uh." He was like, "Well, I think he unblocked us all," and I was like, "What?" Like, so at the time, I was like, I was doing some stuff. So I had time like to look at my phone and check Instagram and social media, all that shit to see what the fuck was going on. So I was like, "Well, okay, hold on, let me call you right back because, ooh, hold on, my eyes is not woke yet." Um, I was like, well, hold on, let me call you right back because at that time, fucking August was calling me. So August called me and was like, "What the fuck going on?" Like, um, Ashton blocked everybody, blah, blah. I'm like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" Like, so everybody literally had called me like back to back. So I have yet to check social media at this point. So once I checked it, I called Dre right back and I was like, "Bitch, Ashton unblocked everybody." So I was like, I didn't even do anything. Like this whole unblocked everybody. And he was like, damn. So I was like, August had just called me too. So like I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on too. And so we was all like of course on the same page about that. So we get to the little window unit place.
Not the window. Let's
And
call it a set. We get to set.
so we get to the set. Okay, we get to the set. Big Mama is there, Braylon, August, me and Dre walking together, and of course she tired. And I feel like it was a setup, and I have always said that me and Dre both
For Todd to
felt
come to
as
you with the
friends.
bullshit.
I wouldn't even say it was 100% Todd. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't put
No, that was a joke.
all of it on Todd. I can't put it all on Todd. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put 50 on Todd. Now I'm gonna divide this shit up. I'm gonna give 25 to Todd, 50 to motherfucking Big Bird, and then 25 to August because I feel like it was some shit going on before we got there, or some shit that was said before we got there, and we just walked into it and fell into the motherfucking
Now
Speak
and
see
fell
on
how
into the
y'all
it.
mix
didn't
like
put my
dumbasses
name in
on it.
Speak
this.
Okay,
on
That
it.
wait. I
Speak
got
on it.
How I get 25?
That was trying to take me down from the
I got a.
beginning.
I never thought about that.
so
So Todd, did you know what we was gonna talk about?
because everybody was
No. No, I did not.
exactly.
My mouth was on the
That
floor the
you was in.
entire time.
That is true.
Todd, my mouth was on the floor.
My
My mouth
mouth
was
was
on the
on
floor the
the
whole time. I
floor
walked
the
away from the scene a
entire
few times.
time. Like, what the fuck? And you know, I didn't cut the motherfucking cameras off. I was just like, what? I feel like the
Hmm.
only time I said, let's
I
cut
found
it
out
back
T.I.
a
ain't
little
never
bit,
knew before. Never knew before.
it was,
But
it
I
was,
also spilled some tea. So,
if you could break it up into percentages, Dre, who would you put the blame on?
Shit, myself for giving into that shit.
yeah.
I do think it was a setup. I think we were bamboozled to come into that set to talk about that. So I'm not putting no blame. I can't speak for that Big Bird bitch, but I told y'all from day one, someone said right in my soul, and
With that big
I,
bird. Mm-mm.
I don't know about that because We all noticed the colorism thing. Um, and I really want to blame on him. And at the time, the other two that were becoming his minions.
Child,
And
we're not
that's
gonna
what it
talk
was.
about colorism.
No, because that bitch had colorism for real.
He did. He did. He did. He loved the light brights.
Hmm.
Uh, well, back to the well. What about you, Ashton? Percentages. Looking back at it, who do you feel
Wait,
is at fault?
what do you like to know? I'm gonna take 100% fault for this because I feel like if I was playing Mother Goose like I should have been, and just left the issue with the person I had the issue with, and not had turned my phone off, and not had disconnected my social media, then I wouldn't have had all these problems. So I'm gonna blame myself, 100%.
That's true.
It's the Ashton show, baby. Cause and effects.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's the Asher show, and again, that was kind of the main topic. We were talking about allegations earlier, and you claimed that all the allegations made against you that night were false, including the ones about you meeting Sherrod on Jack. Is
I did
there
not
any
say that that was false. I said beating everybody on
everyone
Jack.
on Jack?
The two people that I met on Jack was Sherrod and August. And like I said, from the time I met them, it was nothing but let's have a good time, let's drink and have a good time. Like period. Like yes, I think they're both attractive, and no, I don't want them. Next case.
So
next
where did this
victim.
catfishing stuff come from?
Where did what come from?
Catfishing.
I don't know. You want me to pull the ring light back and let the people see like what's going on? Like because I don't know. You would have to ask these bitches, the ones who said it.
Sherrod.
OMG. So you asking me, Todd, because you got the camera on me right now.
Yeah, I know it's on you, Sherrod. You
Yes, it's
met
on you,
you met
Sherrod.
Ashton on Jack, and what happened? We want to know the story. Story
He said
time. What's your
he
tea?
he said I was
Todd,
fluffy.
Ashton. Ashton.
He said I was built
My
like a laundry bag.
Oh,
A stack of potatoes to be exact.
Yes, that's what he said, girl.
baby. Ashton. Okay, so boom. Here we go, baby. So did you not have a little more weight on you then did you have now?
My weight goes up and down, so maybe so.
Right. So my good sis had a little more weight on her than she did
Okay,
now.
Suki.
That's your good
All right.
sis.
So that's why
Oh
my
wait,
good
put
sis, okay?
Sure, that's so
So
shady.
yes, yes. I was so
Yes.
I wouldn't say catfish. Maybe I was reaching a little bit with the catfish, but it was. But apparently not because I'm about to pull Dre up into it now. Because once I said it,
Oh, we throw our bitches under the bus again.
that's when the shit came up.
well.
So this is how the shit happened at the fucking at this shit how the shit happened at the scene. I'll say one or two words, then Dre say something. Dre will say one or two words, and then I'll say something. It's like, okay, bitch, we thinking the same thing right now. And we just fucked up. We fucked up today.
Mhm. But it
I'm
really
gonna blame that.
it. I heard that from another cast member. That's why I was like, oh, like so y'all had the same experience.
so let's talk about it. If he wasn't catfishing, if he's cool enough for y'all to be friends to this day, what is it that you were looking for in that moment, and why didn't you find it in Ashton? Like
Oh, Ty, you is
what put him in the
messy.
friend zone?
Very, bitch. Very.
That
Um,
not for
I want to
fucking.
say the vibe, like the energy, like when he, huh?
Go ahead.
So I think so for me it was the vibe, the energy. Like when he came over, it was just more of a it was like a friend vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, this is definitely a good Judy. Like it wasn't like, okay, let's be on some freaky shit. Let's do this, let's do that. It wasn't that. Like it was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Like what you been up to? Like, okay, what you got planned? Like it was very
Yeah.
like it was just friend zone-ish. Like so it wasn't him because actually not ugly. So it wasn't him. It was just a vibe at the time. So to me, initial vibes are everything. So that initial vibe was just like, okay, cool, bitch, we gonna be friends, and that's what it reminded. Have I seen Ashley naked
Period.
other than fucking New Orleans and everybody saw each other naked in New Orleans? Okay,
Y'all did not see
um,
me naked on motherfucking live. Bitch. We saw you naked, girl. Don't be trying to put my business out, girl. Bitch.
but other than that, it's always been friend zone. It's always been friend.
Okay, well let's talk about it. This is a question for the entire panel.
No.
He
This is a
messy. He's trying to
question
find
for
out
the
what happened in New
entire
Orleans.
panel. What
Hmm.
puts someone in the friend zone? Like, what is it? If you are talking to someone, you're able to meet up with them, you have expectations to fuck. Because I'm guessing that's the expectation when you're doing online dating.
No, it's not. Not all the
Why
time.
not?
I didn't meet Sherrod. I didn't meet up with Sherrod on
Yeah.
that basis. It literally was like, oh, like, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm off. I'm off too. Like, let's link. Like, it
So why
was
would he?
nothing like, oh, we gonna link.
So why would he say that he friend zoned you if y'all were already friends?
I don't know where friend zone came from. You can't friend zone somebody who was a friend. Period.
Okay, so you're saying from your
I
from your
I, I
end.
don't I didn't feel friend zone, bitch. The fuck.
I think y'all are using friend zone as a negative way, and I don't think he meant that in a negative way.
Right.
No, I don't think it's
Right.
negative either.
Right.
But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't feel friend zone, and I don't think. I mean, maybe he did friend zone me, and I friend zone him as well. Like, but what
Yeah.
do you mean?
But with that being said, you can friend zone somebody from like in conversation. Like you can tell like from the conversation y'all are having on Jacked or Grind or whatever y'all talking about if this is gonna be a sex thing or if it's just like we about to link up and smoke and like kick it and then you about to get the fuck out.
Well, we still have the future.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. So is the common consensus that you can make friends off Jack?
Mm.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know about
So,
Yeah.
Sherrod is my friend. August is my coworker.
y'all ain't getting paid.
We furloughed.
Okay.
It's getting hot.
So we can move on from that.
Please.
Yeah, online dating, friend zoning. I guess everyone has a definition, their own definition of friend zoning and their own reasons for joining these online dating apps. And it is possible for you to meet friends. Um, and we have an example of that tonight. Let's move on to a few more hot topics. I kind of wanted to talk about Bad Girl Sydney Starr. She, I want to know y'all's opinion first. I want to know y'all's if y'all ever watched the Bad Girls Club and
Of
y'all's
course.
opinion on that format of reality TV.
Are you asking because she's on this new season that's coming up?
Yeah, and one, she's never been. From my understanding, I've watched the Bad Girls Club I guess, from like
She's the
season
only
two or
one.
three. She's never been a cast member, and just me being politically correct. Uh, she's trans. She's a trans woman. She's not a cisgender woman. And from my understanding, they've only had cisgender women on those type of shows because one, they're living in a closed environment, and two, the format of the show is for them to fight. Um,
So
and yeah, I just kind of want to know like why you feel what y'all see like how y'all feel about that like or what do you think from from a reality TV or a production standpoint? Why do y'all feel like she's on the show?
I feel like she's on this show because maybe she has beef with some of the bad girls. I feel like Natalie has beef with everybody, so maybe she has like some online beef with Natalie. Maybe to push the ratings. Maybe some of the other girls just didn't fit the bill. Like I feel like when you are like trying to up your brand, now maybe they could have picked somebody else. I feel like it's great for a trans woman to make that leap and that bound. But maybe they could have picked somebody else like Johnny Blaze or Jocelyn or somebody different
They're
to
not
go on to
trans,
that. No, I get that, but neither is Tanisha and Natalie.
but they're bad girls.
Right, but
like everybody that
that's what we're saying that Sydney's not a bad girl. But I'm saying maybe the network could have chose somebody different to come on. I personally feel like there's nothing wrong with her coming on, and doing it because we don't know the format of that show. We really don't. We just know that they're going to probably be in the house for like a week.
True.
To
yeah.
be honest, they're not gonna do what they did on the Bad Girls Club, where they was in the house for like 2 or 3 months.
But what I seen from the trailer,
Yeah.
she's fighting, and
Natalie, right?
I think so. I think she's fighting Natalie, and Natalie is a big bitch. But with that being said, I don't want to be, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but like she is a trans woman. She was born a man. I don't know how to word this.
Say, I mean, you can. I said just to be politically correct. Say it in the right. You can say it in your own words, but I mean,
No,
but
she
with a
is,
respectful tone. You know.
but at the same, yeah, Sydney Star from Love and Hip Hop New York, but she, like I said, she was born a man, so like all I see is a man fighting a woman,
Hmm.
and
I
I feel
I
like
agree.
that's why a lot of trans women have not been invited to shows like that because, like you said, the opposite of it is to just fight. But like really, with the Bad Girls Club being who they are and having the slick mouths that they have, somebody's gonna easily be like, "Bitch, I'm not about to fight you. You a whole man."
Well, Sherrod, you're on. You work in a combative type of, very aggressive type of environment for both men and women, and women are kind of subjected to the same type of standards that men are in your field. Like, do you feel like it matters whether or not she was born a man or not? That she's able to sit at that table now that she's a trans woman.
So at the end of the day, to me, I still think it make a difference. You don't see transgenders in like in sports. You don't see them competing in the same sex sport. So if they identify as a female, they're doing sports as a female. You don't see that shit yet because just we haven't got to that point yet. You know what I'm saying? Like they are still at the end of the day, they transgender, but they're like I'm trying to make sure I'm saying this right, but their their performance and stuff is still on their original base, what they were born as. Even in the military. So in the military, we have the open door policy, to where you know men and women are pretty much held to the same standard. And we are expected to perform like at the same rate. Recently, they just changed like our physical test, so it's like gender neutral. It's one standard, which was a big difference. So right now they're doing more testing on it because the females are not passing one specific event. Um, so I think it's a difference. Like Dre said, like you wouldn't. most females on the Bad Girls Club were fighting. They were popping out. They were talking shit. So to know you have a transgender woman in the house with you, you'll probably pop off, but you wouldn't be so quick to swing on the individual.
Can I pivot to the other end? Um, in the same, we're talking reality TV. Dre,
Mhm.
you and I are fans of RuPaul's Drag Race, and this season they have the first ever trans man competing
Right.
for the crown of uh for the crown. They're going very far in the competition. Shout out to Gottmik,
Yes,
who
got
again was born a woman. She was born they were born a woman. Um, they are now living as a man, uh,
Mhm.
full time. They've gone through the surgeries, and now they are competing for the love of drag. They are competing in a male dominated competition. Um, and again, doing very well in the competition. Do you feel like that's fair, or do you feel like that's in the same vein as Sydney Star on the Bad Girls Club?
Well, the difference is that the RuPaul drag show is like a competing show, right? So
Right.
it's not really the same. I feel like the Bad Girls Club, you're competing to be seen on camera more than you're competing to actually be something or somebody.
So they're different.
I believe so. But
Dre?
as far as the narrative of like it being a transsexual performing on a reality show, I mean that's the same.
for
So I
me.
don't watch RuPaul Drag Race, but ain't everybody on RuPaul Drag Race gay anyways? Well, in the community anyways.
They're men. They're
Which
men.
But
where
they're in
he
the
is
community,
too.
right?
Yeah, they're gay.
Gay men.
Right. So it's a community based show. So it's a community based show. So I think okay, you expect it because they're in the community. So why not allow their transgender man compete in the show? I think
So
I
you're
think it
saying
I think
you're
it comes a little difference when
so you saying are you
yeah.
saying that are you
Honestly, yeah, I think
comparing
it's
or are you comparing that to Sydney or are you saying that it's different?
no, I'm not. I wouldn't say Sydney shouldn't be on the Bad Girls Club. I
Mm,
wouldn't say that at all. But
okay.
I'm saying it would be they will be the heterosexual females will be less argumentative or and less ready to pop off because they know that it's a transgender woman. That's how I feel.
And Dre, how do you feel? Can you relate the Gottmik situation? Them competing in Drag Race to Sydney Star being on Bad Girls Club.
Well, you know we watch this shit avidly, so my take from that RuPaul has only tapped into one type of drag, but this drag is a whole spectrum within itself. Drag queens, there's bearded drag queens. There's I forgot the word, but you get what I'm saying. This is the first time he's introduced us to a trans man who is a drag queen, and shit, she been killing it. And quite frankly, I see a boy. Um,
Right.
like the reason I think it's different is because like Ashton said, this is a reality based competition. You know what I'm saying? They're not. Yeah, they're trying to be seen, but they're trying to be seen like with themselves. Like they're trying to put on for their drag. They're not trying to
Hmm.
bitch to be on top and this and then the next. It's not the same energy. I and don't get me wrong. Sydney Star is a woman. She has the right to be on the show. I'm not saying that at all. She should have a seat at the table. It should be more inclusive
Correct.
because at the end of the day, they want to be seen as a woman because that's what they are. Um,
Exactly. Yep.
I'm just on the fence when it comes to fighting. That's all.
Right. Same here. Same here. It's like, okay, well, you're on the show. You have a seat at the table. What are you going to do with it? And
Right.
is it even though it's the format of the show, is it in proper light for you to
And that's another thing.
play
Trans
into that?
are not represented that much on TV. So for you to be a trans woman that's on TV, you speaking for a lot of other trans women because however they see you, it's gonna be reflected in the community. So do you want to be perceived as that bitch?
Agree.
I like that.
Well, it is this TV.
It is just TV, for real, true T. And at the end of the day, these networks they want to capitalize off of, as we know, Black culture and the gay LGBT community. It's a lot of creatives in our community, a lot of talent in our community, and some of the words and sentiments that y'all gave to Gottmik and Sydney, I think y'all should give to yourselves as well. Y'all are portraying not just one version of black gay men. It's a wide variety of black gay men.
Mhm.
And I feel like all of y'all should have a seat at the table. All of you should have a voice. All of you should be opinionated in your own way. So yeah, we can
Respectfully.
move.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can move on to the next scene after y'all meet up with August and Braylon. Um, Sherrod, you decide you want to have a Taco Tuesday. There's been some
Mhm.
talk about a cast trip. There's been some talk about Miami. There's been some flights booked pre-advance and hotels booked pre-advance. We can get into the details of that because a lot of people were confused, and we can kind of break down how the logistics of the cast trip worked. But um, before
Y'all
before
bitches.
you
Me.
before Taco Tuesday, Ashton received a phone call, a text, or he met up with August, and August basically warned him about um, going into the next event or the next scene, kind of like walking into an ambush. Ashton, can you kind of explain that conversation and what was said?
Well, what was said was is that bitch be ready for tomorrow. All the girls are gunning for you, and I was like, okay, because I went missing, for like less than 12 hours. I actually went missing for like 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours. Um, so I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. But I mean, I guess if you think I blocked you and you think that if I blocked you, period, if you think somebody blocked you, I can understand why Sherrod and Dre felt how they felt. Um, However, as far as the conversation went, I was just told just to be ready for tomorrow because the girls got it out for you and they coming. And that was pretty much it. I wasn't pretty much detailed about
Wow.
much of the conversation that was had. Sherrod did call me on my way home after I had just met with August and asked me a question. And I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, where the fuck that come from?" And yeah, I mean, but
So
it. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. So
No, I don't have
you
anything.
so you got the heads up from August, and you just so happened to be picking Jordan up from the airport. A lot of
Hmm.
viewers and commenters and reviewers kind of saw it as you needing backup for this ambush. How do you feel about that?
I don't need backup for anything. I came in this world by myself, and I'm gonna die by myself. I'm the type of person like I ain't gonna lie. I don't like to wait in lines by myself. So I will ask somebody like, "Hey, come in line with me." But as far as anything else, like I'm okay with doing shit by myself. Like I don't really need somebody else to be there to fight my battle. The reason that I asked Jordan to come was just because we're filming. We're filming, and he lives in Dallas. So like, girl, come get some camera time. Come on, that's it.
And were there any specifics given to you? Did you know exactly what was said? Who said it? Were you expecting to
Nope.
be confronted by anyone specifically?
As you saw in the scene, I was like, well, to me, it was like process of elimination. I really felt like the pit bull in the skirt had something to do with it. But he this time had nothing to do with it. So I was just like where is this coming from? And to find out where it came from, I was a little bit upset. But like I said, we've gotten past it. What's
We
next?
we can talk about it more. Um,
hmm
you decide to have Taco Tuesday, Sherrod. What was
Because
your
originally,
expectation?
originally, originally, we were gonna have the game night at my house. But
Right.
when somebody told me the fact that I needed to be ready, I was like, bitch, in my own house, I need to be ready. Oh no, because I would kick everybody else's house. So let's have it at somebody mutual spot, and I felt like Sherrod was that person to have that mutual place at, and so that's what we did. But originally, we were supposed to have it at my house.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have Taco Tuesday. And again, like you talked about
Yeah.
it a lot on the show. I'm not sure if the scene was cut from the actual show, but you talked about having respect in your home and not having a problem kicking people out. And this is a large group of people, an event that you're putting on. You were requested to cook, and just to know, every event that we had, we're gonna call them events because events have food. Every event that we had on this show had food. Every time we went out, everyone had a plate. There was music. It was lively. Lots and lots of liquor the entire summer. Um, yeah, you spent money. You went out of your way. What was your expectation, Sherrod?
So I didn't think it was gonna go the way it went. I knew the vibe was off when Ashton walked in, only because he had his homegirl with him, and remember the whole reason for him going missing was because of his homegirl. So now that they walking in together, it's like, okay, cool. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because nobody knew that the girl was coming. Like, nobody knew. Like, it was like complete shocker. So when I see her walk in, I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, well, this is about to be a little messy. Um, so when Ashton, I want to say August and Braylon was there first. So we was already chit chatting it up and we cool or whatever. And then they walk in, Ashton and his friend walk in. And you could just all of a sudden, boom, you could just feel the tension. And I'm thinking to myself, like, not up in my motherfucking shit, all right. So I turn the music on, get the, got the drinks, like, okay, let's loosen it up a little bit. So then Dre walk in, Dre come, Dre got on muscle shirt and some motherfucking sweatpants. So I'm like, all right, shit, like what the fuck is really going on? You know what I'm saying? So like from the initial jump, like you could just feel well, I could just feel like the tension up in the room. That was I was very blind to the fact that August had already called Ashley and was like, be on guard because he had no reason to be on guard. I feel like as friends, if we were gonna talk about something as a group, like we was gonna talk about it, but you had no reason to go to that boy and be like, be on guard, because that's messy. Like that's messy. If that was the case, you might as well just told the boy what the fuck what was said and
Hmm.
left it at that, so that when he got there, he could ask those questions about what was said instead of saying, "Oh, be on guard," because of course that's gonna make the vibe very tense and everybody gonna be on fucking guard.
Well, I guess
And it
they
didn't
felt
even
like
have
I
to be
was.
like that.
I guess they felt like I was gonna try to resolve it off camera. So when we came on camera, that wasn't an issue. I guess that's what they thought.
Well, Ashton, you
So
walked
at the
into the
time,
party
of
next.
course, I'll
You walked into the party next, Ashton.
yeah.
What
hmm
did you feel? Did you feel the tension? And I mean, again, you got the heads up. You knew that
hmm
we were filming. You knew that there was a possibility that something would be brought up. August was the one that brought it up. No, no, no. I'll take that back. You brought it up before you
hmm
sat everybody down to play the game. You said, We need to put this on the table."
Right.
What what prompted you to do that? Why did you decide to put talk about the real shit first before the party started? And did you feel the tension when you walked in?
Well, you know, when people always ask you if you want the bad news or the good news first, I want the bad news first. So I felt like, yo, like let me break, the ice. If y'all were talking shit, let me figure out what the shit was that y'all was talking about, and that was just it. Like that's how I felt at the moment. Like let me go ahead and just move on, head forward, and figure out what the fuck happened. And I was totally shocked to figure out what actually happened. But it's okay because, like I said, we've moved past it. Um, what was your other question?
Did you feel the tension when you walked in?
Well, no. Like I walked in the room and made my breeze, and came on through. Like the thing is that I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, so like I feel like I set the mood, and that's not even me trying to be selfish. Like I feel like when I walk in the room, I set the mood. So if I'm in a good mood, then if you in a bad mood, I ain't even really notice. Sorry.
And Dre,
Yeah,
Sherrod mentioned that you
I was in a
walked
great
in
mood.
dressed completely different from everyone else, a lot more casual.
Baby, he
What
having a
was
fight.
what was coined as a jailbait outfit. Um, where was your head at?
Um, it
Swinging.
was more so like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. Me. Um, I had called Ashton, I think earlier that day or whatever, and he had told me what August had said. And
Hmm.
like in that moment when he told me that shit, it just clicked in my head that this bitch had a whole agenda, and it just kind of made me realize what type of person he was. So like I feel like I was about to walk into a situation where I was gonna have to slap a bitch, and that's
So
what.
you
Hmm.
came prepared to fight.
No, to slap a bitch,
Who are you gonna slap?
August.
So were y'all? So do you feel like the tension?
That's where the tension turned to August.
Yeah, because I
It
feel
was August. We
the
at
whole
that time, all the tension went to August.
like I didn't care. You could everything I said in that room, I had no problem repeating in that living room. But August presented to Ashton as we was like ganging up on him about to like, just ripping him apart and this and that and the next one when that wasn't the
And,
mother
and,
case.
and that August was
You
my
initiated,
friend, and he
bitch.
was so on my side.
But he was the one who initiated the whole thing. That's why I didn't understand. So you initiate the whole thing, then you go to the source and be like, "Oh, well, you might want to be ready because the girl's coming for you." That just shows that you had a whole scheme. You was
Hmm.
plotting and planning, and at the end of the day, Loki, it backfired in your face.
So was the problem that y'all played phone
And
tag
remember this.
because August called Ashton, Ashton called you? Did do you feel like there was any miscommunication, or do you feel like it was real, especially watching it back, everyone watching it back, do you feel like it was relayed in the right way?
Well, no, because actually, when Ashton called me, or I don't know, when we was on the phone, and when he said what he said, I was like, it just clicked in my head. I was like, oh damn, Argy's about to say everything that we said in the Airbnb probably. And like in that moment, I did think to myself, I was like, oh, I should just tell Ashton everything that was said. But then I was like, you know what? I don't. Well, shit, I was like, you know what? Let's just let this shit play out. But I had already knew what it was giving, and
Hmm.
that's why I really just walked into that hoe like, yeah, you were like shiesty bitch, and yeah.
So y'all end up arguing, and it really gets it gets really tense in the room. I didn't know where it was going. Um,
Good.
and we got a break in the episode because August decided to step out onto the balcony.
And let that
Um,
scalp breathe.
But even all of that was false as fuck. Like that shit was set up. Like bitch, you started fake crying. Your acting coach did a great job because you started fake crying. You got up and exited the scene dramatically. It was and like even like when he did all that said, I said end scene, and then he came back inside and said, "I'm sorry, y'all."
He did. You did.
The camera's rolling.
so what is it about your
Yeah.
balcony? Like it seems like
Yeah.
all the drama pops off on Sherrod's balcony.
I'm gonna pull a Sherrod.
Child, I
You're
don't know, cause
messy.
yeah, you're messy because it's a lot have happened on the balcony. A lot has been said on the balcony. I don't know what it is about the balcony. Of course, with August was just being very. He was being very dramatic. The fake crying that took me out, and when Dre was like, "Yes, giving her some award, baby, because you just gave a fucking." He just acted the fuck out. Okay, I mean, like it was very dramatic. Everybody was like, "Whoa, where the fuck did this come from?" And then we had some other incidents that happened on the balcony that wasn't on the show, so we won't talk about that. But other than that, woo, the balcony, I don't know what it is about the balcony. I don't know. I don't
And
know.
unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to air the audio from the balcony. But Ashton, what was said out there, and why did August start crying?
Actually,
Oh
put on.
my God, I don't want to say. Okay, so basically, as soon as I walked outside, he was like, "Actually, I'm just playing, bitch. I'm acting." Like, I kid you not. I kid you not. Like, that's what he said. And I was like, "Oh my
I
God,
believe you.
girl! Like, you are really pushing it." And then he went back into like when he saw Todd come out with the camera.
Wow.
That's
And
what
did
happened.
did anyone else know that he was acting?
His acting coach.
Did I gave him an Emmy?
I knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew.
Everybody.
Needless to say, he got a few more classes to go through.
So the plans change. He comes back inside, and y'all decide to go to Atlanta again. There was some
You
talks
missed the part,
about.
Todd. Todd, you missed the part. You missed the part. You forgot the part where we started because this wasn't on camera. We started talking about how August came to the show. And prior to August coming to the show, we had made a fucking bet that no matter how the fucking show went,
We were going to
we
remain
wasn't gonna let
friends
shit break our friendship up, and
for
we was gonna
sure.
remain friends. Everybody had made that pact before the fucking show had started. Um, but then August had came, and that's when shit had went left. Um, because at the before we started refilming again, that's when we was trying to figure out like, okay, like what's going on? Like at this point, the show's not going how we want. Like everybody relationship is breaking up. Like shit was just getting haywire, and we were just trying to come up with like be on the same page. But we realized that the same page wasn't August. August wasn't on the same page as us originally because he wasn't a part of the original cast, and he wasn't in the room with us when we made. I want to say we was at Ken House and we had made that pact. Like, okay, this is what we not gonna do, and this is what we will do. Other than that, everything else is pretty much off the limit. So I think
Hmm.
I wouldn't say August fucked up the show, but he wasn't part of the original pact, so he don't know like what boundary we had put. So he kind of like threw. I want to say he threw everybody for a loop, and we just tried to hash that out before we started talking about the fucking trip again.
Which played well for reality TV.
Do y'all feel the
Mhm.
same way?
Do we what?
Do y'all feel the same way?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah. So
I'm waiting.
he comes back inside, and y'all decide to go to Atlanta. What were the original plans, and what made y'all change?
Well, we were supposed to go to Miami. And my mom was set on Miami. But when they said that Miami was closed and that they had a curfew and that you couldn't go to the beach and you couldn't do shit, I was like, okay, there's no reason to go. It's really not. Like we might as well just go to Atlanta. Now, like I said, like I can understand putting all your money towards something and you not being able to cancel the shit. Like I get that. Like, But as far as the trip went, like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Atlanta because that's the general consensus here, and we can't do shit in Miami.
Yeah.
But what?
Sherrod, did you want to go to Atlanta or
What
where?
you say, Trey?
But what did y'all do in Atlanta?
Oh, I can't speak for the people who stayed in the hotel room. I went out. I can't speak for nobody who went missing.
Child.
I can't speak for nobody who was in a hotel room having sleepover parties while we were in a different city. I can't.
Oh,
That's the shit that
I
that's the
went
shit
to
that
Atlanta
irritate
to
me.
work, baby.
y'all
That's the
pissed
shit
me
that
off.
irritate me. People who like eat like McDonald's when they go to another state. Like, bitch, eat something that's not in Texas.
Not
Like
don't,
do some shit that makes sense.
don't be coming for Tyre like that.
I'm not coming from
Uh-uh.
Todd. Oh,
I, baby,
But
that bed was comfortable.
look,
Nice and cold.
y'all pissed me off from Tide to you, all y'all. I was pissed off at all y'all. Well, I wasn't
well,
really.
Yeah.
Todd had his ticket bought by a certain cast
Sure
member.
did. Sure
Bitch,
did.
I did buy your ticket. Did I get a refund? No.
We're talking about to Atlanta.
Right, but I bought his ticket for Miami.
You're foul, Todd.
How am I foul?
And then
You
y'all
took
want
you
to say
took
the
the ticket to
oh,
Atlanta, but not Miami.
y'all going to
But the
Atlanta.
ticket to Miami was bought first.
Everybody decided to go to Atlanta.
Bitch,
Friend
I didn't
code,
get no
brother
curse.
code.
It could have been like it was straight. Oh, we're not going to. We going to Atlanta no more. It wasn't like damn, Dre. I know you bought this ticket. Da, da, da. It was just straight up like we going to Atlanta. If you don't want to go, fuck it. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm let y'all got bamboozled and talked into going to Atlanta by a nigga who just moved from Atlanta. Have fun with that.
So you feel like the
Once again,
cast was
y'all let this
talking
boy
to it.
come on, production included. Y'all let this boy come on, and y'all was up his ass and let him making all the decisions. That's what I took from all of that. And this is just after I had got into it. And another thing that really pissed me off that nobody even know about is like what I was really pissed off at about the most is because he kept using his dead ass brother as an excuse when I was like, my brother died too. And like me and August had a whole conversation. I called him that morning. And I was like, bro, like that's not cool. Like we could have had a whole conversation, and you would have known I had a dead brother too. But instead, you want to sit up here and say nobody gives a fuck about this and that, and the next one. That's not even the case. We could have related and on some whole other shit instead of this fabricated as dramatic shit. That's why I'm saying like none of this shit is just as simple as ABC.
Yeah.
So one, my question is, one, my question is, do you think that if production would have stepped in and said no, we're going to Miami, everyone would have gone to Miami?
Production was
Who's
already
gonna listen to Big Bird?
from the moment August started filming, production was up his ass. All sides of
Like
production.
like
And that's my
Charmin,
opinion.
like Angel Soft. You know how Angel Soft
Mm.
used to
Baby,
leave the
one let it
little
go. They
tissues
was
in your
up there.
ass, like Angel Soft, baby.
My
Eh,
understanding was that Sherrod was going to Atlanta anyway. Kenny was going to Atlanta anyway.
So Sherrod, Ken, and well, no, let's go back. Now there was talks about it. There was talks about going to Miami and then flying to Atlanta. That was the original plan. We had actually talked about that before we went and did the little scene where we talked about going to Atlanta. We were like, okay, my Atlanta open, Miami closed. Let's see what we can do in Miami. And if we can't do much, then we'll just fly to Atlanta. But then it was just like, fuck that. Like, let's just go
Cause
to
I had a
Atlanta.
ticket. I had my ticket to Miami, and then Miami to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Houston. I was gonna be Archie for the weekend and just be traveling.
And that
My
other girl is not the one, that he's not the reason we went to Atlanta. I don't know
my
why he
un-
keeps putting that out
my
there.
understanding
So
was
like
that the Miami trip was already planned as a group trip amongst the friends without the show.
Right.
It was already
The Miami trip was originally planned because I was supposed to go for my birthday. So I couldn't go for my birthday, so we planned it for July 4th weekend. That's the original
Hmm.
backstory of the trip to going to Miami.
Yeah.
Um and we switched it to Atlanta in the last minute. Like Yeah,
And who
that's what
all
happened.
was going on the original trip to Miami for your birthday
Dre,
before we started filming?
Archie, Limis, Jordan, Sherrod, and that was it.
And how was everyone getting there and where was everyone staying?
Everyone was supposed to be flying to Miami. And me, Sherrod, and Dre were supposed to share a room. Yeah.
A house.
Or a house, I'm
Then
sorry.
filming started and that was going to become the cast trip, and Dre offered to buy my ticket to come out there and film. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So we were going to Miami. We've already started filming. We get to the point where we have Taco Tuesday till how long up until it was time for us to go to Miami from that point?
Bitch, I think we was going
What?
to Miami the next day. I mean, Atlanta
Yeah,
the
it
next
was like it was
day.
like 2 or 3 days. It was like 2 or 3 days.
This was a whole
It was
day.
Yeah,
Y'all, I told me we
yeah.
was about like Friday or Thursday, and it was Wednesday. Cause
that's
we
why
y'all decided to talk on Tuesday. We supposed to leave out Thursday.
yeah, that's why I
So
ended
Yeah.
up we ended up
so who
driving
brought up
because I was
Atlanta?
like really it was brought up before we even sat down in August said it. So can't really say it was August idea, but I think the general consensus that was that Miami was gonna be closed. What the fuck we were gonna be able to do? Sit in a
Right.
hotel room? We could do that in Houston. Like
And Atlanta was wide open. Wide open.
right. Like
So
some of these girls'
Baby,
mouths.
Atlanta was wide open.
everyone
Mm.
agreed to go to Atlanta and get there some type of way. Dre, why is it that? And I know it's because you spent money, but why is it that you had declined the trip to Atlanta? Period.
Cause I didn't want to be around none of them hoes.
Because of what?
This part, like you, you already know everything I was thinking. Like I at that point, like I didn't want to fuck with nobody in this group no more. I was just like, this is not what I want to be around. Like every time I come around, it's
Yeah.
arguments, it's this and that, and that shit is toxic as fuck. It's it just takes a toll on you. And I was like, I don't got time to be doing none of this shit. I'd rather just sit up here and focus on the shit that really mattered to me because it's a bunch of bullshit. I just spent all this money for Miami, and then y'all want to say last minute we going to Atlanta. My motherfucking friends would never. And that's what I took from
Yeah.
all. It was like, yeah, I'm good.
And looking back at it, do you think you missed out on anything?
I don't.
And did you still end up going to Miami? You didn't go
With
to Miami?
oh, I didn't go. I rescheduled my Miami trip and went with my nigga.
Bet. So you opted out of Atlanta, and the next day y'all all met up to talk. Um, the conversation was really about kind of convincing everyone to go to Atlanta, or to just solidify the trip, or just make sure that we were we were planning accordingly as a group. But it kind of switched from Ashton versus Dre situation. Was that because of the Miami trip, or was that because of what happened at Taco Tuesday, or were you just over it altogether at that point?
Well, I'm gonna start and say like for me, it was like literally it didn't set in until like I woke up the next morning. Like I really didn't understand what had happened the night before. And so like it set in with me, and I was like, the one thing I said before we started filming is I'm not arguing with my friends on camera. I'm not doing it. But then I was like
Mm-hmm.
I gotta confront my friend about what he said. Like period. Like I gotta ask him about it. And the thing was is that I didn't even catch the apology that night. I really didn't because I think I was a little tipsy.
And Dre, like, how did you feel
To
Um,
be honest, I was over it. I didn't even want to come to that scene.
Me either. Me either, Dre.
Yeah, you
I
know,
did
Nah,
not.
it was hot as fuck too.
yeah. When I showed up, y'all was wrapping up.
we
Uh-huh.
was drunk.
I was
First of all, we
still
was
drunk. I
drunk,
was still drunk. I was still drunk.
hungover,
Okay.
Drinking
Yes,
some
Uh,
more.
I
drinking at
did
the
not
one.
want to come.
yeah, like during that whole phase, I'm gonna say from Taco Tuesday night, shit. I can't really tell. I mean, really from Taco Tuesday night throughout most of the season, I really was over everything. I was just like, no, I'm not dealing with none of this shit. I'm not about to sit up here and argue with bitches. I'm just not about to do that. I'm too old for that. I got other shit I could be doing.
Yeah. Did
And I like in my head, I was like, yeah, like me and Ashton cool or whatever. And what I did was fucked up, but like I every time I come around Ashton, all these other bitches around. Cause like low key before all of this, like me and Ashton, it was just to be like me and Ashton like hanging out, playing video games, having smoke sessions, like just doing shit. We used to go out, all that type of shit. And then I don't do people, I don't do groups of people. So I tried. I really did try. I tried so hard. Um I feel like most of the time it was Ashton talking me into it, like, come on, just do it, just give it a try. But he already knew I was like over all of this shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Taco Tuesday was crazy. You ended up leaving Taco Tuesday early, Dre. Why was that?
I just didn't see no point to be there. I didn't want to be there already, and I wasn't about to have fun. I'm glad they was able to like change the energy and like turn up after that. But they
Speaking of, a lot happened off camera that didn't get to be filmed. Um, that I think would have helped connect a lot of the dots and help
okay.
further
Uh,
your storyline on the show, Sherrod.
wait, before
uh,
Um,
yeah.
that, so I need to say my bias.
all right, Dre, thank you so much for joining us on
Yes, Trey.
Hot Nights.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Um,
talk to you soon.
talk to you soon. Be safe.
Yes.
Tell Jordan I said hey. Tell my dog Dexter I said hey.
That is not his name. But all right,
um, but
y'all
yeah,
streets.
hopefully you'll be back soon.
All right,
Yes,
Dre.
Yes. Bye, Trey.
I keep it cute.
Absolutely.
See you, Dre.
Um, so
Oh,
yeah,
it's close now.
Sherrod, Taco Tuesday
Okay.
got lit after the
Lit.
cameras went off,
Lit.
and again,
Okay.
a lot of stuff happened that night that would have helped further your storyline.
Right. Like Black
Could you
King
give
running
some
around.
examples?
Hey, you is messy. Messy, okay?
You
Messy.
said you saw me
So
naked
Taco
in New
Tuesday,
Orleans.
listen, Taco Tuesday got lit. I don't know what the fuck happened, but Taco Tuesday got lit. Like, um, Mo Ballers came. We was drinking. We had the hookah going. Like it was like a vibe. Like I want to say Ken showed up later, and him and Miss Mamas they went and had their little conversation off to the side, and they made up, and everybody pretty much we was all on like we was
But
at that
we were
moment
good.
like we let everything go that was going on. Yeah, and we were good. So like when we went to Atlanta, it was just like normal vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was at that moment. Everybody was on good terms. Everybody had made up. They had whatever beef. They had talked to each other. I had talked to old girl off the side and let her know my issue with her. So me and her was cool. Ken had talked to old girl. So everybody was cool. And we got drunk. And like Ashton said, I got a little too drunk, baby, and everything started happening.
Baby, Sherrod is a good time, y'all. I cannot
uh,
wait for this bitch to come back. Oh my gosh.
And
Blow my
Ashley,
mind.
I can't wait.
you stayed there after the cameras went down.
I think I spent the I know I did not spend the night.
You spent the night.
No.
No, I didn't. Not that
Uh-uh.
night. No, I'm thinking
Baby,
of another
nobody
night.
spent the night. I was by myself.
No.
Not
Yes.
that night.
Because I remember I woke
Yeah, I
up and
stayed
you
by
had
myself
another
that
set of
night.
friends there. That was a different. That was the barbecue night. That was that night.
That
So
was that night.
let's talk a little bit about y'all's friendship. Dre got to basically say
All right.
how he felt about you during that time, um, and where y'all relationship stands right now before he left. And before we close it out, what how did you really feel about Sherrod and the things that he said or aired out on camera? Did did you feel any type of way?
Well, I tell Sherrod, we had a conversation. Like I feel like with Sherrod, like a conversation is easy. I feel like with certain people in this group, when it be like, let's have a conversation, they'd be like, bitch, it can go up, it can go down, it can go left, it can go right. Like you just don't know. But I feel like Sherrod is the the most consistent person that I feel like you can come to and be like, if it's an issue, like we can talk about it and get right through it. And to be honest, I still to this day don't have an issue with Sherrod at all, and I can't even think of one. I think that I may have backed away from our friendship a little bit because of who he was associated with or who he is associated with. But
Hmm.
that doesn't make me love him any differently. And like I said before, I have my own relationship with Sherrod, so that's just that.
And
However, I do want to say this. Um, I don't feel like I let a lot of my walls down when a lot of people are in the same room, and so maybe I should have gotten to know people more individually before I brought them in a group together. I will say that.
do you think that Sherrod got off easy from a viewer's perspective? A lot of the heat fell onto Dre, especially with him being your longest friendship on the show.
Right.
Um, do you feel like Sherrod got any heat, or was it the fact that he apologized or had a conversation with you um, off camera that
So
kind of
the
helped
thing
that?
was is that I didn't know anything that Sherrod said until we actually saw the show happen. So me and Sherrod actually had the conversation that I think the night the show aired. Like we were like, he apologized, like we moved on, like it's not that big of a deal. Like you said that shit months ago. Like I'm not gonna sit here and hold on to it and turn green in the face and be having wrinkles all up here. So I'm over it. Like I said, like when Sherrod come home, we gonna continue to be friends. Like I feel like Sherrod is a lifetime friend just because of the maturity that he has. He sees the bigger picture. And a lot of these girls need contacts and glasses because they can't see past their hairline. Um, and that's just that.
Sherrod, do you think you got off easy from a viewer's perspective, or do you feel like you uh, received any backlash at all, or
He
did
definitely
that?
got backlash from the reviewers.
I definitely got backlash, and I got a little backlash from Ashley because Ashley will be a very little shady girl every now and then. She'll throw some little shots and all of that. But I think, like Ashley said, like our maturity level when it comes to communicating with each other is different. So we can kind of like we can work things out in a mature way without it being so hostile. Um, Whereas some people you can't do that with. Some people automatically jump to hostility, like they ready to pop off right then and there instead of having a communication back and forth, like a dialogue. I talk, you
Mhm.
talk, we listen, you listen. Like that's how it was. So I think, like Ashton said, yeah, he gave me a little backlash. He was a little shady about it. Of course, the viewers, I wasn't worried about that. But I knew what was said, so I went to Ash and I was like, I apologize on my behalf and what I said and what I shouldn't have said. Um, so I think I mean, we cool. That's my girl. Like
Right. And,
it wasn't no
and
beef
one thing
behind it.
and one thing that Sherrod did that I really appreciated that the rest of these bitches didn't do on the show is he literally said Ashley's a good friend. Like again, nobody ever talked about me going to Sherrod's house when he caught COVID and bringing that bitch, shit. Nobody ever talked about me. I didn't cuddle with Cam, but I kind of was there for him when, he found out his grandpa passed away. Like, I'm very supportive of my friends. Like, I really try to be that. Because I want that for myself. I want my friends to be like, oh, okay, he's not feeling well today. Let me bring him some soup and crackers. You know what I'm saying? So we good. We
Hmm.
good at the end of the day. Me and Sherrod are good.
Um, so
Right.
let's talk a little bit about the next episode. Everything that happens after episode 4. Um, y'all talked a little bit about going to Atlanta, and in episode 5, we got to see a little bit more about Sherrod's personal life. Again, you're serving the country right now. Um, you're away in a different time zone, so it may be hard for us to connect on real hot nights again. But while I have you here, is there anything you wanted to say about the future episodes, how how you were kind of portrayed in episode 5 while we were in Atlanta, your friendship with Ken, like just everything kind of leading up to this point, just in case we don't get you back on Real Hot Nights again, or to talk about the show.
I'll have to come back then because, of course, I know the viewers want to know about the whole threesome allegations. Um, Everybody want to know about the fucking the little baby ass threesome. Um, and then the whole situation with the whole conversation on the phone in Atlanta as well. So yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll make it work for you, Todd.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ashton, for
Hmm.
you, that's when we kind of break away from this whole Ashton thing. For the first
Right.
couple of episodes, you were the main focus of a lot of the drama, and not to say that you didn't have your moments uh, for the next, few episodes or whatever, but like
Hmm.
um, that storyline kind of came to an end after Taco Tuesday, and it seemed like everybody, for one, divided into their own separate little groups. Everybody kind of got, it was a clear division. Um,
Hmm.
for you, going into the rest of the season after Minesweeper, um, how did you feel about the dynamic?
To be honest, I saw like a lot of friendships just slipping in my mind, and I was very upset. Now going to Atlanta, I took the road trip just because we were 2 days from going to Atlanta, and I wasn't about to buy that flight. And so I took the road trip as an opportunity to just think, and just think about what I could have possibly went wrong. Because I feel like all the time, like I'm thinking in Ashton's perspective, and sometimes I possibly need to put my mind in somebody else's, mind. And so I pretty much, I tested Ken, I tested Dre, I tested Sherrod. I let all these people know, how I feel about them, and that they really mean something to me. Like I don't take my friendships lightly. I really don't. I don't go around trying to be friends with everybody. I really don't. Like that's
Hmm.
not me. Like I might be friendly towards you, but bitch, I don't know you. Like, hey girl, what's up? Like, and move on. Like I don't know you like that. So like when it came to Sherrod, when it came to Kim, when it came to Drake, when it came to Jordan, Lim, Archie, these people, I make the effort to continuously have that good relationship with them. Now some of them it fell through the cracks, and some of them like we still good. Actually, majority of them we still good. But yeah, like I always try my best. But when it came to like my mindset. Like I definitely felt like some of the friendships were slipping and some people were showing their true colors. Um and yeah, that's just that. That's how I felt at the time.
Yeah, and to close out this episode of Real Hot Nights, I kind of wanted to talk about um what y'all wish would have been shown uh up until this point. Like uh a lot of viewers were confused about some of the arguments. Again, we talked about a lot
Mm.
of things that happened off camera that weren't filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there were some things that happened that were and said that were very personal or maybe not even true.
Right.
Uh,
Hmm.
if y'all were in my position, taking yourself out of a talent's position and into editor's position, how would you wish the viewers would have seen the show from your perspective up until this point?
I feel like they saw it exactly how they should have saw it. I feel like they were missing little pieces in between of like conversations that people sorry that people missed. But as far as
Hmm.
that, like I feel like they saw everything they needed to see.
Yeah. For me, um, it was all of the talent first time in front of the camera, and it was the producer's first time producing a show. So we gave what we gave, and that's what it was. That's what it is. It was a learning opportunity for everybody as a whole.
Do you wish you were seen in a different light?
I feel like y'all should have seen him more as Sherrod. I think Sherrod is like I've said this before. I think he's a very like gentleman, like kind of guy. Like, and you just fall in love with the way that he carries himself. You know, a lot of gay men don't carry themselves like Sherrod carries himself. Like he's together mentally, he's together spiritually, and of course you see the body. Like, so
Period.
like he's together. Um, I feel like as far as me, like you didn't get to see like like I'm really friends with these bitches. Like I really go out my way to do things for these bitches. Like I
Hmm.
cancel my shit to do things for these people. Um,
Baby, miss work and everything.
right. Um, the event that I had where we all gave to give back to the homeless when coronavirus came around, where we all bought masks and all that stuff. Like those are the things that I
Hmm.
wish people could have saw. Like, and those are the things that I do on the regular. I don't just do it because the camera's in my face. Like some people we know. Somebody actually on this show tried to replicate that and tried to have like a food drive or whatever the fuck they were trying to do and try to replicate what the nucleus does year round. But we're not going to talk about that.
Oh my God. So yes, of course, yes, we do a lot outside of what the viewers see. So I wish we could have put more light onto like what we actually do and like how we actually are involved in the community and how we give back and like our day-to-day things. Like I think for me, I didn't give as much on camera because I still have like a career that I have to
Right.
live up to. Like I got standards that I have to maintain, and everybody can't see me in the nightlife view. So that was my reason for holding back a lot because hell, I got shit I can do. Like this was for fun. This was just because my friends wanted me to do it. So I was like, okay, cool. Why the fuck not? Like, but other than that, like I got shit I gotta do. So if I do a job, like when I get back to Houston, they be like, "Oh, you wasn't the hot boy you was doing blah blah blah." I want to be able to explain certain stuff and not be like, "Oh, straight disqualified because of something that I did in my past." So I had to maintain like a professional level.
Right.
And
Because other than that, I probably would have drug slapped and cussed a few more bitches out than I did.
speaking of standards, do you feel like the Real Hot Boys of Houston portrayed a certain standard or even met your standard as a viewer? Um,
No, I
and
wouldn't say
and
that.
are you
I
embarrassed in
like
any way by what was shown?
no. I say we gave what we gave. Like it is what it is. Like the only thing, like yeah, we gave what we gave. Like it's nothing that happened on the show that I would be embarrassed about.
Right.
Um, I mean, other than the girl saw me twerk a little bit at the brunch.
Yes,
But other than that, no, I do my thing and I have fun and we had fun. Like it was
for
all a
sure,
learning experience for everybody.
for sure.
Well, the good news is that you're going to be home in how many months? 4 months.
Or
4 months. But unfortunately, you decided that you won't be returning back to the Real Hot Reality platform. What made you decide to come to that decision? Did it have anything to do with, like you said, your professional career?
so it was more so first off, I didn't want to do this season of the show in the first place. Like I was the one that was like, no, like I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. And I was very adamant on not doing it. Um, just because I just didn't want to do it. Like I really just didn't want to do it. But at the time, like nothing else was going on. Coronavirus was sky high, like so it was really nothing else to do. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like they doing it. I hang around them every fucking day anyway, so why not? Um, but for me personally, I feel like the show was a lot. Like it's a lot. It's damn near a job by itself. Like it was very time consuming. Even though nothing was going on, it still was like very time consuming. And me being the person that I am, I'm very loyal to stuff when I commit to it. So that's why I feel like I was in damn near every scene because like you tell me where to be, I'm gonna be there. Like that's just how I am. Like I'm just that type of person. Um, but it's a lot. I got some other stuff I'm working on. My godson's supposed to be moving with me when I get back to Houston, and he's sick, so it's a lot of stuff that I will have to like take myself away from. Um, especially raising this boy up in the house with me. So, um, I just gotta get myself together and trying to
Oh,
film a show and
Sherrod.
trying to have my career, and then raise this boy it'll be too much at one time.
How old is he?
He'll be 6 in a couple of days, in 4 days.
Congratulations. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Fatherhood
Yes,
Yeah. And
is first of all, it's challenging for anyone. Being a parent is challenging,
it's
especially at a young age when you're taking on
yeah.
the responsibility of raising a young man. Being a black gay man in today's society,
Oh, thank you,
you're
Kenneth.
you're really becoming a model citizen, and I think you'll be um a great inspiration and role model for your godson. So
for
um,
sure,
it'll be cool for us to come back and talk about that because after we finish talking about the Real Hot Boys and finish this recap series, we're going to introduce a lot of different topics on the show, have a lot of different panels, and of course, I want to bring on a regular guest because I know y'all are
Can
tired
you
of
take the
hearing
camera off
my
me?
mouth. But yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Sherrod, for being on. I'm excited to hear more about what you have going on. Besides raising your godson and preparing to move back to the States, what else you got going on?
I'm gonna finish my application with this agency. So we're gonna have that in the work. Um, I just gotta take the polygraph and the physical test, and then do the last interview. So if if I don't get on with this agency, then I'm gonna say fuck it and go to law school or go be a police officer.
I
But other
love
than that,
that.
that's about it.
I support you in whatever you
Yeah,
do. I'm pretty sure Ashton feels the
thanks, bro.
same way.
for sure.
Before you go, I know you're not gonna be filming with the cast, but are you still gonna be hanging around the group?
Yes, he's a friend of the show, baby. Period.
Yeah, no, 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 no. I told Todd that I would help with cameras or whatever like that. But I do not want to be on camera. If I do happen to be on camera, I'll be on camera. Um, it is some of the few new hot boys. I might be on camera. Who knows? But nah, I'll be a friend of the show.
We'll be talking about the new Hot Boys
Ooh.
again on a later panel. So you'll be seeing them very soon. Um, again, Sherrod, I love you and can't wait to see you. Is there
Yes.
anything you want to say? Give any shout outs? Anything you want to plug before you hop off tonight?
We always gonna give a shout out to God who's ahead of my life, okay? Um, and all my other everybody else, I hope everybody else is doing well back at home. Everybody business is taking off. I want to shout out Braylon for sure. Like he's going through like the loss of his friend right now, so I just definitely would keep him in my prayers.
Yeah.
And everybody that's surrounded around with that situation. Shout out to Utah, of course, because you never get out of credit. Um, and then just shout out to the whole cast and everybody else. I can't wait to get back to the fucking States. I'm tired of being over here. I fucking hate this shit. Um, if you want to join the military, talk to me and I'll let you know the ins and the out of it. Yes, the money is motherfucking good, but mentally, physically, it's fucking exhausting. And that's it.
All right, Sherrod. Well,
That's it.
I hope you have a great day. What time is it over there now?
It's 7:15, so I'm about to go to breakfast before they close at 8 o'clock. Grab me a few little eggs and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna be chilling for the rest of the day.
and
I'm up now. I'm up.
okay. So yeah, I'll be talking to you soon. And again, you have a good day.
Okay. All right, you too. All right, y'all.
All
Bye,
right, bye.
Sherrod.
All right.
So it is 12:15 a.m.
It
where
is.
we
We've been here
are
for two
right
hours.
now. So yeah, it's definitely a real hot night in Houston. Again, we're wrapping up our recap of episodes 3 and 4 of season 1 of the Real Hot Boys of Houston.
Hmm.
Tonight we had Sherrod on the show. He was broadcasting live from an unknown location. And we had Dre on the show who had to leave early. And it looks like Ashton has just left as well. But yeah, I had a great time talking to the Hot Boys tonight. Um, Dre, he has a new single out. It's called Drippin', Wet Drippin'. It's available on iTunes and Spotify. You can find his music on YouTube and all streaming services. Um, at Erdmay, he's here on YouTube at Erdmay. Um, and yeah, a lot of big things coming from the Hot Boys again. You heard that Sherrod is taking on another big responsibility, and I'm so proud of him. Um, thank you so much for your service. Um, he's been a great friend to me. I've witnessed all of these guys be great friends. And yeah, I just want you to continue to be safe and come back soon. I can't believe that shit went by so fast. It really went by so fast. Um, yeah, I'm proud of you. Looks like Ashton is back. I want him to give his closing words before we get out of here for the night. You already know how it goes. Again, I'm Tipsy Rogers. I'm the executive producer of The Real Hot Boys of Houston. Um, Tonight we recapped episode 3 and 4 of The Real Hot Boys of Houston, season 1. Um, and yeah, I'm so happy that y'all are still tuning in, still viewing our content, still showing us so much love. Thank you so much, Kenneth. You've been a great support. Um, and yeah, it did go by fast. We filmed uh, this season June. We started filming June 18th, 2020. So yeah, it's going on a year already as far as filming goes, and about I don't know 5 months since he's been gone. So yeah, like yeah, a lot of big changes. A lot of big changes going on with our production company, Real High Reality Productions. As you heard tonight, we're teasing a lot of new content. Again, the Real Hot Boys of Houston season 1 is no longer airing. However, you will be receiving some new content very soon. Um, our talent has been great. And speaking of a great support system to the boys, again, the nucleus of the group, Ashton. Did you want to
Hi,
give any
sorry,
closing
my
words?
phone died. What do I
It's
want to say?
late. Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
child.
Wrap it up.
What do I want to say real quick? Thank you guys for the love and support. Absolutely, I love it. Ash Me Out episode starting next Thursday. I'm on my last 4 episodes, and I wrap up season 1, coming back bigger and better for season 2. Executive producing a show or two, and yeah, the
Yeah,
summer's
I'm
coming. My
excited.
birthday's next month. Like, yeah,
And again, you're the nucleus of the show, so Um, we'll be seeing you again on Real Hot Nights, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for your
sure.
time and staying up with us. I know y'all not sleep. We got people in. Y'all can't be sleeping on us. We got people in the
Period.
chat right now. Thank y'all so much for the support and believing in everything that we're doing. Thank you so much, Ashton,
Thank
Dre,
you.
Sherrod, Kenny, August, Braylon. August and Braylon was supposed to be here with us tonight. Unfortunately, um, they're grieving the loss of a very close friend of theirs, and
Hmm.
it's only respectful to give them their time and their space. So,
For
of
sure.
course, um, we will be doing that, and again, keeping them in our prayers and the family of all uh, the beautiful young lady that was who lost her life, and the young women that were with her that night. I hope they have a speedy recovery,
For
and
sure.
hopefully we can get some information to help support them during this time. Again, we talked on Real Hot Nights episode 1 about grieving. So, again, is there anything you wanted to say to the High Boys, to August and Braylon
Um,
specifically?
oh, I just talked to Berlin yesterday. But I definitely want to say, rest in peace, and my love and my prayers go out to that friend that passed away. I didn't meet her, but I did see her perform. I got to see her perform, and she was an amazing performer. I'm actually going to post it on my Instagram story here in a bit. Like, but amazing vocalist, amazing. I only got to see her sing one time, but I'm definitely going back to the next Storm Live because I know that Braylon and the rest of the crew are going to show great love and support towards
For
the situation.
sure. For sure. Well, Ashton, again, thank you for staying up with us tonight on Real Hot
For sure.
Nights for this new installment of our Hot Boy Recap series. I feel like it's going to get bigger and better and more organic. Are you crying?
Girl, no.
Oh.
I gotta pee. Oh,
Well, good night, Ashton. And again,
yes.
I'm glad you took out the time tonight, and I will talk to you soon.
Alrighty, love. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Again, guys, Real Hot Nights. I'm Tipsy Rogers, the executive producer of the Real Hot Boys of Houston. I'm producing the Real Hot Nights live talk show. We don't have a scheduled format, but hopefully, um, again, we'll just be putting out more content. And thank you to everyone that's continuing to watch. We'll be continuing with this series, and when it ends, we'll be moving on to something different. and hopefully y'all are excited. I'll be doing a new show here on Real Hot Nights entitled Five Guys, One Gay. Oh, excuse me, Five Guys, One Gay. And yeah, it'll be a talk show similar to this. Live questions. You can tune in, join us, uh, hear some views from different perspectives. And I think it'll be cool to hear the hetero perspective on a lot of these topics that we talk about on our show. Thank you to everyone that's viewing us and liking our content. You can follow all of us on Instagram. You can follow the Real Hot Boys on Instagram at the Real Hot Boys Houston and on all social media platforms. Thank you again to everyone, and I hope y'all have a good night. You know how this goes. We're going to end off this night with some chopped and screwed. So let me go ahead and close it out. Y'all be good.
Remember all the nights you used to fall. Wondering why you don't fall. All the late nights I call. Wondering why. It's deja vu. As I've been used to. First like deja vu. Cause we've been here, we done this, who run this, who run this? I know you've been working way too hard and get to play. Fell off in the sheets, it felt like we ain't skip a day. Whoa, it's been 3 years, I can't believe that's crazy. Where does the time go? You just had him, man, and y'all just separated. You back on the scene and you already faded. No shame in need escaping. I'm trying to recycle the time you've been wasting. You drinking that soda, that's your favorite. Huh? No, but for real, how your sister? Hit her, tell her I miss her. Oh, she and Mrs. Y'all both dating NBA players and figures like y'all need niggas with figures. That's figures on figures. Oh, how they bigger and bigger. Juniors to seniors, we upgraded. Come and fuck with it. First class like 8 a.m. on that early flight. We'll do, girl. The best sex is still you. Best sex is still you. Remember all the nights you used to fall. Wondering why you don't fall. Late nights I call. Wondering why. It's deja vu. Cause I've been used to. The first like deja vu. We've been here, we done this. Who run this? I've been fucking around with you. Playing with your emotions like I'm Chris Tucker on Friday. My way with you. Cause I stuck around for you. Last wasn't doing shit but running around the D. Rapping nothing but the motherfucking Swisher Sweets. Tonight you gon' learn it's your turn. Shit you put me through. I'ma come through with that action. Then leave you on that magic. Does it ever cross your mind? Told me that you love me. Then turn around and told you we was just talking. Does it ever cross your mind? You said, girl, I need you. Now you got amnesia. Wondering why you say something. Cause I've been there with you. I swear it's so crazy. Cause we've been here, we've done this. Who run this? Who run this? Who run this? You run it. You've been running through my mind. You've been running through my mind. All of the time, all of the time. Remember all the nights I used to fall through. Wondering why you don't fall through on them late nights. Wondering why you don't fall through like I want to.